Well, Boomer, Sooner, everybody. My name's Harry James, and you know what? At least we're not where our old buddy Justin Fuente is, and we lost our last game. They lost their last game to UAB. We won our last game to Army, so at least we're still undefeated, which means next is the Baylor Bears. And as we preview the Baylor Bears, here's your Sooner Stumper. It's that Charlie Brewer will probably be the starting quarterback behind center, who has a long quarterback lineage there in Texas high school football. I want to know, where did his brother and his dad play college football? And here's a hint for you. They are both currently in Big 12 classmen. In the Big 12 somewhere. We'll let you know where next. Plus preview Oklahoma Baylor next. To the Oklahoma Baylor preview, everybody. My name's Harry James. If you'd like to know the answer to the Sooner Stumper, it is Charlie Brewer is going to be the starting quarterback when we play the Bears, who in his quarterback, and he has a lot of quarterback lineage there in high school football in Texas, which means that his brother and his dad also played big-time college football in the Big 12. We want to know where each one of those two players played. The daddy is also a Charlie Brewer. Charlie Brewer Sr., his dad played at Texas. He was a Longhorn from 79 to 82. And his brother Michael Brewer, Texas Tech, from 2011 to 2013. Moved on to Virginia Tech once Leach and those guys left, and was there from 2014 to 2015. So that is your answer to your Sooner Stumper, which brings you to Owen Field, where the Sooners will place the Baylor Bears on the 29th of September on ABC at 2:30. For the broadcast information, as far as who's calling the game on ABC, you'll have to go back to the Soonersports.com tomorrow to find that out. Or you can just do what I did the other day, and you can listen to it on the radio while you're at the game. And if you do that, you can hear my good buddy from Sports Talk 1400, Toby Rowland. He's on the call, as is the special color analyst consultant for the game, Merv Johnson. And helping Toby in the color action for real is my also from Sports Talk 1400, Teddy Lehman. On the sidelines, Chris Plank stays on the sidelines. He's from Sports Talk 1400. And since my good buddy Teddy Lehman has been elevated, they've also brought up my good buddy Gabe Eichard from Franchise 107.7, 107 in Oklahoma City, 107.9 in Tulsa. And he does the sidelining for the Sooners of Oklahoma. All right, series history. 24-3. That is an 89% winning clip in this series for the Oklahoma and Baylor. The last win for the Bears was in 2014, which means his brother Michael Brewer was not on the team. But boy, did the Sooners take 1-2 on the chin in this one. 48-14 was the final in Waco. 3 years later, 2017, we got them back last year though. 49-41 win in Waco last year for the Sooners of Oklahoma. All right, well, the Sooners are led down the pipe by their head coach, Lincoln Riley, in his second year at Oklahoma, quarterback for Tech in 2002, and later a quarterback assistant coach, student assistant, from 2003 to 2005. And Coach Riley is in his second year in Norman. And last year, his first year, didn't have too bad of a year. 12-2, 85.7% winning clip, 12-2 in overall, 8-1 in league play, including beating TCU twice. But they did lose their bowl game to push them to an 0-1 record in bowl games. That is, of course, 0% winning clip. But it wasn't just some bowl. It was a national championship semifinal bowl where they lost to the Georgia Bulldogs, 58-54. 54-48, I'm sorry, in double overtime. In 2017. But they do have division titles. A ton of these in the Stoops-Riley era. All started back in 2000, 2002, 03, 04, 06, 07, 08, 2010, and 2017. That was last year. For the divisional championships, what about the rings? Well, they got rings 2000, 2002, 04, 06, 07, 08, 2010, 2012, 2015, 16, and 17. By the way, that's the last 3 Sooner years. But to get there in 2018, it's going to take a lot. And you know what? It's taken a lot. Including they've beaten Florida Atlantic in a win, 63-14. They got the best of UCLA, 49-21. And then they got their first road win at Iowa State, 31-21, before taking care of Army last night, 28-21 in Norman. So we're done about talking what's happened. We've talked about everything else, so let's do an injury update, and then we'll preview Baylor. Their injury update's pretty easy here. Addison Gums, he's actually not only out for the season, he's left the program. He's now in Oregon State. The Big O, Marquise Overton, number 97, he's out for the season, as is 28, Chance Sylvie out for the season. Michael Thompson's out for the season. And Rodney Anderson is out for the season. Now, I really thought that Sutton would be able to play a little bit last night in the game in Norman against Army. He didn't, but you give the guy an extra week to rest up. I think he'll be ready for the Bears. Speaking of the Bears, let's talk about the Bears. The Baylor Bears. Their head coach, Matt Rhule, also in his second year. In the garnet, in the kind of green and gold and black, whatever colors they are. He's a Penn State grad from 1997. He is his second head coaching stint. He was also the head coach at Temple the last few years, from 2013 to 2016, and then now in 2017 he's taken it over at Baylor. D1 record, 29 for 34 in 63 games. That is a 46% winning clip. Yet, however, he's 0-2 in bowl games. Again, that's 0-0. Last year, well, they weren't very impressive last year. Finishing just 3, I believe it was like 3-10 last year. And only like 2 or 3 conference wins. Wasn't too good for Baylor. But, so they didn't go to a bowl game last year. They don't have any divisional titles. But they do have some conference titles. They have 2 of them in the recent times, 13 and 14. Now, the 13 was the one outright. They won that one outright. Nobody with them. 14, they did tie with TCU. Baylor won the outright title by beating TCU in Waco that year. So that's what they've been through. What is it? 2018, they're not as bad in 2018 as they were in 2017. 2018, they've beaten Abilene Christian 55-27. You got the win there. They've also won at Texas San Antonio. Got the win out there. 37-20. By the way, Abilene Christian 55-27. 37-20, as we already talked about, over at UTEP. They did have the kind of stumble against Duke in Waco, 40-27 2 weeks ago, but got back on track this week by beating Kansas in Waco 26-7. The injury update for the big bad scary Baylor Bears includes a B.J. Thompson, who has an undisclosed suspension to the team, it looks like. Kyle Boyd has a concussion, could be out this week. Tony Nicholson also let the team out. Definitely is Josh Marlin. And dismissed is Michael Johnson. All right, guys. Now, as you guys know in the picks, I don't pick the Sooners. I don't. Because I don't want to be called a homer and all that. But if you really want to know, I do pick the Sooners in with these guys right here. And I break down, and I usually get a couple of minutes with them. They are the Sooner Tailgate guys. Sooner Football Fans, the podcast. Sooner Football Fans. See, that's them. I usually have a segment on with them every week now. Or if you'd rather listen to the national perspective, you can on that too. Just head over here like I have right there. Locked on Sooners. Right there. My buddy Eric G will get you everything you need to know. Usually he does about a pod a day on the Locked on Sooners podcast. Alright guys, I think that's all you need to know. My name's Harry James. You can catch this and all my other videos on the YouTube, Boomer Sooner 1982. They're also on my Facebook account, Harry James Taylor, and on my Twitter, @HypeManHarry. Alright guys, I think that's about it. See y'all Saturday in Norman for the Baylor Bears at 2:30. Till then guys, Boomer Sooner. Be safe. I'm out of here.